what's good, my people? It is Crystal. This is Podcasting Notes. I have a message for the lovers. This is a download. The masculine energy, your divine masculine or dominant masculine energy, your counterpart to the feminine energy. This is actually a male and a female that I am connected with, that I'm talking to, because that's the only way that those two were to birth the next generation of leaders, the next generation of gifted star beings come through these two distinct energies. This is the divine masculine force energy and the divine feminine life force energy. Your masculine energy, females, your masculine energy was not ready for the journey. I'm here insecure to take on this journey. They didn't understand the journey. They went and got questioned. They inquired about the journey with false people, and those false people somehow manipulated the situation to convince your person to stay in their karmic life cycle. They painted it up to make it seem like the path would be that of their divine course, but you, feminine energy, was a karmic lesson that they still needed to learn about, but that was not true. The person who manipulated the situation, they got behind the scenes ahead of your masculine and you knew the plan. The female energies, they know the plan since the angel came to you about the arrival of the birth and the vision. The masculine knows the mission as well, but they, it still looked karmic in the beginning because there's some residuals that needed to be, some residue that was still needed to be cleansed and purged as you come through the rebirth. There was some intensive care units for those births that were coming through and that were being tainted prematurely. If you understand what I'm saying about your soul's rebirth, it was through the ICU. It was going through some things that to recover from some damages that was happening through that canal of birth, because there was entities that were still trying to attach themselves to you, feminine, because they, didn't want you to go. They didn't want you to leave. So they were still trying to keep you sexually tied to them, if you feel what I'm saying, ladies. And then for the fellas, while they're inquiring, because these are the masculines, these are the emperor, the future leading emperors, they go and they inquire with these other high priests or false priestesses who sees the vision, and they don't want to share the truth about what they saw. So they wanted the feminine energy to come off as if, they're still playing around in their karmic lessons. See, they haven't learned their lessons. See, you're ready, masculine. And I think that you should go this direction. The masculine failed to communicate that to his divine essence, to his feminine essence, because that is his essence. He did not go to to you, female, and say, hey, you're still working with your karmic lessons. We got to do this. They didn't share the vision together. Female, you probably did. You probably waited on your masculine and they left you hanging. For some other reason, you might have thought that it wasn't your person, so you had to move forward. This masculine energy was with this false person. This false person's plan, unbeknownst to the masculine, was to keep the masculine in karmic energies. If y'all two mirror each other, if y'all two walk in a similar essence, somebody wanted you to act like the karmic masculine. Your masculine was actually the karmic, because he chose to go to the karmic false priestess to get some information about your journey that God showed you, and you shared it with your masculine, but your masculine didn't believe you, didn't want to believe you, because you didn't appear like they said a person of value do. Whatever the heck that means, it sounds superficial. So your masculine went along with the manipulated plan with the false priestesses, and they were doing karmic things, causing damage to that masculine. In turns, it was supposed to affect you. See, they was like, well, if we mess up his energy, it'll in turn mess up her energy, your energy, female, your energy, divine feminine. But you're divine feminine, you're protected. Only you can mess up your energy, okay? But they were trying their best to play in your energy so much by way of making your masculine to be a slut bucket. Okay, this masculine was a slut bucket because the feminines that they were dealing with, female, I don't know if y'all know this, but that divine feminine can feel it in her energy. That's why she's constantly cleansing and cutting cords, because her masculine is being tied to so many other karmic feminine energies. So now that masculine got to go recover and heal now that they know, because there's something that was scheduled along y'all journey, and the angels who came with the message is checking in like, hey, follow up, we're ready for these upgrades, everybody ready to ascend? Where is the masculine? And the feminine is like, I've been waiting on you, God, this whole time to send the masculine. I've been in my seat. I've been obedient to the call. And the masculine is like, oh, And so I'm going to add this in, divine feminine or feminine energy. Your energy was a lot stronger. You carry more balanced, light energy. You are walking on your divine path. So you're working with the healing of your spiritual body, energetic body, mental and physical body. And it's showing on the surface physically. Everything you're doing in the spirit, divine feminine or masculine, who's ever doing the work, is going to show up in the physical. Okay. So once your spirit and your spiritual health is healed, it'll start to penetrate through. See, divine feminine in this story, your masculine was the women that they were dealing with was hoping that you would take on the likings of his energy, but because they misjudged you, because I don't know what you look like, I can't judge you, but they misjudged you based off of what you look like. And I guess I don't know, they didn't really understand spirituality, but you have been doing the work like you are supposed to during your seasons of solitude, your seasons of lack, your seasons of sowing and reaping are the evidence that God has been with you this whole time. You have actually surfaced over and over again, rebirthing, having your rebirths, having your awakening process. You're ascending the feminine energy, and it is a result, like it is showing. So your energetic strength, your spiritual strength is so powerful and magnetic that it is actually pulling that masculine through all of the illusions. Your strength, your obedience to the Holy Spirit is actually balancing out your masculine energy. You see, because both of you are masculine and feminine energy. That masculine was banking on you falling more so in the karmic energy, thinking that they were divine based off the illusion and the lies that was told to them by those false priestesses or those people who had no knowledge of how God works with God's people. They weren't tapped into God. If you were, then you would have been guided to your feminine energy, and you would have been advised that they were on a journey of healing and that you both were to heal together through whatever these lessons were from a past life that was leaving a residual effect on you. So it was time for you to get the residue. I keep saying residual, the residue. Like there was some cleansing that was needed for the both of you to work through together towards, the end of that last life cycle so that you can birth, into a new life cycle. You could regenerate into something more magnetic and powerful and in alignment. But those false priestesses, those false readers, they didn't want that for you or your masculine. And they tainted it, they manipulated the situation. But because of you, divine feminine, you, feminine energy, understood the mission. You understood your gifts and what you were supposed to do. You kept your faith. You kept prayed up. You did as best you could to keep your mind focused on the positive energy. You knew it was something wrong in your spirit. So it will have you to maybe, I don't want to say question, but actually judge and question your intuition maybe at times. It had you to really, really hone in on learning what it is to really trust God, the promises of God. And because you did that, divine feminine energy, you actually inspired that masculine to come out of those karmic illusions, those karmic lessons, those karmic ties. And your strength, your spiritual strength is drawing him to break through, is pushing him through whatever those illusions were. Because when he sees you, however he sees you, he sees himself in you, and it inspires him, and it ignites a passion in him. Also some questions, because he's like, I see who you told me was not my person. And they don't even look like the same for all the righteous, good reasons. This person, gifts are advancing and enhancing. They hear me when I speak, and they answer with God's words. And it has been co-signed and confirmed. And this masculine is looking at these people like, but y'all are sitting over here still looking like whatever they look like and how they found them. See, you're not nearly who you were. You don't look like half the person or the whole person. You are a different, complete transformation of yourself. And this masculine is really intrigued and impressed with just you and your obedience to the journey. So much so that it has inspired him. This masculine has learned how to listen to his inner guidance. He'll question on his own, and he'll confirm with his inner guidance. Once this masculine cut ties with the illusion of those who were jealous, I'm going to say it, they were jealous. when they found out who his feminine energy was after he was inquiring after all this time, I don't know how many years, months, weeks, hours, or minutes it's been, this man has realized. And your growth has inspired him to inquire with the Most High, to rewrite, to revamp, to revise. And so whoever this is for, your person, I don't know where they at. I don't even know if you care feminine energy, because this whole time you've been with God. You've been with the Holy Spirit through all of the trials and the tribulations. It hasn't been an easy journey. It has not. And even though you surface and it looks like easy, well, there's holy ease. There's holy ease. But you know that once we give it to God and we take ourselves out of it, we balance things out, nothing is ever really, I don't know what to say, what they was expecting to do without God in it. But with God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. So be inspired, masculine. If you fell for the manipulation and a trick of an envious, jealous, Jezebel illusionist who's a low vibrational priestess energy, when they gave you information on the feminine energy you inquired about, and you started doing your own observation, and you started looking at the situation, your person, the feminine energy, is raising her vibes, and you're feeling good because either that person has inspired you now, because the people around you are keeping you in low vibrational karmic energies. They don't respect your views. They don't respect your journey. And there was a promised gift, a promised child, or a promised project for the both of you and your feminine energy. And it is due for this new light star generation of beings. Y'all are a part of this new generation that these star babies are coming into. And that's what's scheduled. And if you can't show for it, you can't even unlock. You're not in your kingdom. You're not on top of that hill. You're not in your righteous position because you're still out there playing in the field. All right? I'm going to leave y'all with that. Hopefully y'all figure out where y'all are in y'all journey. I send you lots of love and light. Y'all figure out where y'all are in y'all timeline. And I wish y'all well with this. If you want to find more about where you are on your journey and the energies around you and what you have to do to move forward, contact me. My information will be below. I'll see y'all later. Love you guys.